Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
It looks fantastic. The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man shattered COVID records on the opening weekend. The prior record before this weekend was just $90 million from Venom. Spidey did $253 million on opening weekend. That is almost 3 times the pandemic record, and this is the 3rd biggest North American opening ever. Clearly, the audience was thrilled and ready to get back in the movie theater, right?
I have such FOMO because I did not see it this weekend like I planned to. I slept instead. Not worth it.
I tried. It was sold out everywhere near me.
Man, and I am not surprised. $600 million worldwide. That's how much the new Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, took in at the box office. And here at home, like Dave was saying, it smashed opening records for a movie during the pandemic. Now, we know that this, first appeared in comic books in 1962. Spider-Man has thrived on, print and on TV, and certainly in the movies, where all 10 feature films have made nearly $7 billion. So let's talk about this. Spider-Man's staying power is Alex Grand, founder of Comic Book Historians. Alex, good morning. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, of course. All right. So it's making nearly $600 million. This is a great sign for theaters and the film industry. So what do you think about the movie? How'd you like it?
Well, I saw it yesterday, and it's definitely the best superhero movie of all time. It was impressive how they had different characters, different actors, different versions of characters all put together in the same movie. There was just enough screen time to deliver the heart that we need out of these movies, but also delivered the action spectacle that we've all come to expect. It also delivered a great lesson on mental health and crime and punishment, which was a really interesting factor to this. The fact that Spider-Man is a globally loved pop culture figure, the fact that we're all dealing with coronavirus at the same time, the same hardship, we have something like this to unify under. It's no surprise that it's made $600 million so far.
I got to get back to what you just said there. Did you mean the best superhero movie ever, or just the best Spider-Man? We're talking better than Avengers Endgame and Infinity Wars?
Yeah, it could very well be, because that one, they had to tie together a lot of plots to bring it together to its final conclusion. In this one, they weren't kept under that same kind of limitation. They could just explore the heart of Spider-Man. When Spider-Man was made back in 1962 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, basically you have a 15-year-old kid who's trying to discover themselves. Stan Lee with the dialogue of "with great power comes great responsibility." You have Steve Ditko's costume, the red and blue. It primarily means good, a good guy. But the sleek design, the way the eyes look on the face, there's no design like that. It's the best superhero costume of all time. So this movie captured a lot of those factors all in one. It's an incredible accomplishment.
Is Spider-Man the most popular superhero, period, of the crew?
Yeah, that's probably the case. There's something very relatable about Peter Parker and Spider-Man. A 15-year-old that's trying to figure out who they are. I think every generation can connect with that. Also, it's the concept of the web swinging. It's so much fun. It's a much more interesting way of travel than, let's say, just straight flying. Also, the concept of the different aspects of Peter Parker. You have the different movie versions. You have Tobey Maguire, who really represented humility. You have Andrew Garfield. His whole thing was dealing with grief. And then you have Tom Holland, who had a comedic innocence. And Spider-Man in the comics has all that stuff. And so to actually be able to have all that in this movie, different aspects of that character, it was a really powerful thing to see.
So, Alex, right now on our screen, we have the popularity of the Spider-Man actors. If we will bring that back up, Tom Holland, 63% with 18,500 votes. And then we have Tobey Maguire, 24%. But that's a pretty big gap. And, I mean, I haven't seen...
I'm shocked at that.
I am, too. I haven't seen this newest one just yet. But Tobey is my all-time favorite Spider-Man.
Ditto.
Right?
Yeah, so, I love Tobey Maguire as well. I grew up on that. It hit me at just the right age.
Right.
I would say Tom Holland, though, he has certain aspects. He has his comedic innocence, like the Marty McFly of this new generation, that he can actually hit that note in a way that, you know, a lot of the new kids can kind of get hit by something like that for the first time and really fall in love with an actor. Also, Tom Holland in this movie really delivered well on not just comedic innocence, but also dealing with trauma. It was a really riveting performance, actually. I was very impressed.
You talked about that relatability of a 15-year-old kid going through awkward stages, and that might explain kind of the younger demo with this movie. How do you explain its success across all age groups?
Well, because I think that those are formative times. Even adults who are 45 or grandparents who are in their 70s, I think we all kind of will remember when we were at that point in our lives. I don't think any of us can really ever escape that. I don't think that we can ever forget it. So I think that really is a strong factor. And there's just something about a person trying to do well. And also the costume, it is the perfect superhero costume. Nothing comes close to that.
We saw so much evolution with Batman to a darker, deeper, grimier character. We don't see much of that with Spider-Man. What's the next evolution, or is there one? Does there need to be?
Yeah, well, there is, because there's Peter Parker in high school. Then you also have Peter Parker, the adult, working as a photographer for the Daily Bugle. You know, we don't have that in these movies yet. We might get that in the next one, where he's now self-actualizing into an adult. And if we have enough of these, we might actually get there. A lot of times, we don't actually get to that point. It'd be interesting to see if they do that.
Yeah, Spider-Man is aging like The Simpsons right now, which is to say not at all, right?
Right. Oh, my. And by the way, Alex, I will say, I rate your backdrop a 10 out of 10. Solid. Two thumbs up.
That's very kind. Thank you.
Yes, Alex Grant, founder of Comic Book Historians. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a good one.
My pleasure.
There's a lot of money on that wall, too. That's some valuable comments behind Alex.
I love it.